Welcome back to a very special episode of Talk Horror to Me, the only horror movie review podcast that knows better than to meet new friends. And the reason is for what we're watching tonight. Tonight we review Companion. Companion is a 2025 American science fiction thriller film starring Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid. The film is written and directed by Drew Hancock and produced by Cregger. Lukas, Gage, Suri, and Rupert Friend also appear in supporting roles. In Companion, a weekend getaway at a remote cabin turns into chaos when it's revealed that one of the guests, a subservient android built for human companionship, has gone haywire. Welcome back, everyone. Hey. It's been a couple weeks. Hey, Brooke. Hey, Carly. What's shaking?
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Me.
Hi. You're shaking? Well, I guess I'm
rocking.
You're rocking it? Nice. I guess we need to know, though, who rocked this film.
I did.
All right. And Brooke, who would you like to start off?
Yes. Y'all liked it. You liked it. I want to hear what Carly said.
Right.
Oh my God. You want to talk about a movie that hit on every level? That I was, there. I did not read the synopsis. I just went, found the movie, watched the movie. When it got cut to the point where he was like, "Go to sleep, Iris," I was like, "What?" And it was fantastic. I loved it. It had really dark humor in it, which I love, and it was fun to watch. It had a lot of God, what is the word I'm thinking of? Just basically the greed and what it does to people. Oh my God, what it does to people. And that Sergey, he got what was coming to him.
I'll tell you what.
No. What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yes. I loved it, Brooke. I loved it.
Oh man.
Wow. You mean our Russian friend?
Oh, he was
yes,
perfect.
our Russian friend.
Our Russian friend Sergey. First of all, that man did nothing to nobody. And it did not deserve what he got. It was interesting, Brooke, that you picked a heist film versus a horror film. Yeah. So that was an interesting take on it.
I didn't know it was a heist film. I was like, wait a minute. Like, that was the twist for me.
I say that I'm saying that facetiously. It was definitely, but it wasn't a horror film necessarily. I mean, in a sea of female robot sex companion films, or any kind of like female AI films, Megan, Subservience, now Companion. It seems like everybody found out there was going to be like, we need to have a female robot film, so everybody rushed to market with all their different versions of these films. Of the three I just mentioned, this one's the least scary, but the most fun. This one I thought was super fun. It took itself seriously, but didn't take itself seriously, at least from a perspective of us, the audience. We kind of weren't in on the joke right away until they wanted us in on the joke, like, Iris, go to sleep. Because obviously Iris was asleep on the drive up and then was woken up just for that occasion. So a lot of cool things that are even better on the second, third, in my case, fourth watch, because it's been several weeks since we saw each other. And this film is something that's so fun for me to watch. I love just watching it over and over and over again. So I don't think I'm going to tire of this film anytime soon. But that's just my opinion. Brooke, what do you think?
Well, I watched it like 20 times already. So,
Oh my
so
god.
that tells you a lot that I
Yeah.
really like this movie. Like I watched it 3 times
Yes.
before this episode. So it tells you that I really like this movie. I like everything about it. The storyline, everything. Everything was hitting for me. So yeah, it was a great film. It was a really
I
good
mean,
film.
you
And I
know,
like Sophia. Or is it
yes,
Sophia or Sophie?
Oh
it
gosh.
is
So pretty.
Sophie Thatcher.
She is so
I mean, I love
adorable.
female empowerment movies.
Yes.
So it had that, it had the comedy,
Yes.
it was very slapsticky in a lot of ways.
Yes.
Yeah, it just had a lot of zany, weird things happening, and then like I love how they came at the story.
Yeah.
Like you think what
Mm-hmm.
is true until they show you it's not true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like you get the truth of things. So and also I thought it was super, super, super clever. The iPhone or the tablet with all
Yeah.
the settings.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that once Iris gets the phone and the things she's able to do with it, I thought was pretty clever, pretty cool. Even the German dialect, the German language thing, I thought was hilarious to kind of go beyond protocol. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's just a lot of cool things. I thought they just I don't know. I think they just hit it perfect on
Yeah.
all things. That's
Oh yeah.
yeah. With that said, let's talk about our favorites.
Okay, you go first.
First me?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I think Sergey is given a bad rap. Other than not being with his wife because he wants to be with Kat. I mean, that's bad, but not bad enough to be killed. But it's just, that's it. But my favorite part, honestly,
Mm.
was the reveals. Like,
Oh yeah.
I thought that was
Yes.
fantastic. I love the fact that Iris was she was so like timid as
Yeah.
a character, and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
she's so, she's shy and she's intimidated by what's his name? Sorry, Josh's friends, and
Yeah.
like
Gosh.
how she's so like hesitant. But I was also like, what an ass, because he made her carry all the luggage when they're walking up to the.
Oh, that's
I just noticed
sweet.
And
that.
I'm like, well, he's a shitty boyfriend making her carry all that stuff. So there was all these kind of things that you never notice until you watch it, like you
Mhm.
said, Brooke, 20 times, and you're like, oh, wait a minute, now I know why she's carrying all the luggage. But it was just like
Mhm.
I think it was just very clever. The storytelling was very clever.
Yes.
Just gave you the little sprinklings as you needed them. Every time there was like some obstacle or barrier, all the characters actually overcame their obstacles to try to propel
Mhm.
the story forward. So loved it just from a creative standpoint, and I just thought it was well crafted. It was a low budget movie, a $10 million movie to make,
Wow.
but it doesn't show. I think they did so many things so well that it was just a great just popcorn movie to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carly, your thoughts?
Yes. My favorites?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say the corkscrew.
Mm.
Oh yeah.
That electric corkscrew. Hell yeah. Murder baby. I'm all for it.
I'm starting to worry about you, Carly. I don't know if I can keep doing the show with you if you're going to
Right.
be that
Well,
diabolical. And how about
Um,
you, Miss Brooke?
okay, so I had two favorite parts. My first favorite part was when the guy thought that he was going to get two of the monies. Like whenever he was like, "Well, what about him?" And he was like, "Well, he's
mm.
just a robot." Like it's like, don't say that in front of him. like, oh my goodness, that was one. And then when she put the gun to her head and shot her head, and all the stuff came out, like I thought that was neat.
Mm.
You thought that was neat.
I thought that was neat.
Oh boy, I'm getting a little concerned about both y'all.
Another murder baby.
Yeah, holy cow, crazy people. I'm working with two crazy ladies. I'm just saying. All right. And so, with that said, let's talk about the pros and cons. It sounds like we all love the film, so let's
Yes.
focus on any cons that you might have had about the film.
I gotta think about this one.
All right,
So-
I will go first. In the movie trailer that I put together, she shows up from being lakeside after she's attacked. Iris comes back to the house completely drenched in blood. drenched. You
When
see
did
that she
get
just got it
clean?
all on her face, right? Then they tell her to go to sleep. She wakes up in a chair, and suddenly, magically, all the blood is gone from her face, and she looks almost perfect from the neck up. So that's one thing I didn't like.
Oh,
That was
I
probably the
didn't
only
notice
thing that was like, how did you get from point A to point B? And why would you have bothered to clean her face up just for like the movie itself? So I didn't like that because one, either just don't have all the blood up in her face because her hair was clean, her face was clean, and at least you could have shown me a
that's right.
rag or something that showed that Josh felt bad enough to like wipe her face off or something. That was my biggest con that took me out of the film, was like, hey, that's really terrible editing. How about you, Carly?
It's hard for me to find a con because I
Yeah.
had so much fun watching it. I had so much fun watching it. I mean,
That
I
is
know
true.
at one point I was like, how the hell did she get clean? But that was it. That was it. You know, the rest of the movie, I'm, happy Suri got what he got, and
Of course.
and then Kat, I just thought it was funny the way she acted when she was like, he just fucking stabbed me.
And did they just real quick, because I didn't see the film as often as Brooke did, but did they show her actually dying other than her getting stabbed and show her being on the couch?
No.
Did she just kind of like off screen pass away? Did I miss that?
Yeah, she did.
Okay. So that's another thing. I think we could have seen some blood, bubbling out of her mouth or something for
Silly.
final death knell. So yeah, so like there's some things they could have like expanded on for another, give me one more practical effect or show me why that she's all cleaned up. Again, I only need like seconds of those things to really tie it up. And so Brooke, did you think of anything terrible about this film?
I'm still thinking myself because I'm looking at it right now. I'm like trying to
She's like fast forwarding.
No,
like, give me time. I'll find something.
I guess we could have had more of the people that came, the owners of it. I guess we could have seen them more. I don't know.
Who's that? Like the makers?
Guys, yeah, the guys in the truck.
From the
techs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, yeah, they kind of were dispatched fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we ever found out what happened to the younger guy.
Yeah.
No, he was just gone.
Yeah, he was just gone. He was really like, funny. I'm outie.
They're leaving, and the guy looks at him and says, she was totally jailbroke.
But at least we saw what happened to the one guy. The other guy we just assumed got away.
Yeah.
So I mean, like they could have done a van, peeling out and pebbles flying out, and like again, just a couple more seconds of frame to just kind of sit off versus like me having to think about it.
Okay.
But otherwise, I mean, that is not deterrent about how fun this film is at all. Like I said, I think Sophie Thatcher.
Yes.
Amazing in this film.
Yes.
And do we know what else she's been in?
Yeah, she was in Heretic.
Okay. Oh, that's right. She was.
Oh, that is right.
What a different look. What a same but different look from her. Honestly.
Yeah. Yes.
I totally forgot she was in that.
Wow.
Probably because she was a badass in that film.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that why you picked this film, Brooke? Because that led you to here?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else was she in? I see. Oh, Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, she was in Yellow
Jackets. I
Jackets.
haven't seen that.
The Boogeyman.
So
she was a daughter in Boogeyman.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she was in Maxine too. I don't remember that.
I don't remember her in that.
I don't either. Oh, she was probably one of the cyborgs.
Oh.
No.
Oh, not in Maxine. I'm sorry, because I'm also looking at. She was in the Book of Boba Fett. So yeah, I don't know what she was in that one.
Huh.
Anyway, so obviously this girl's got a track record. As well as a rap sheet. No, I'm just kidding. She's obviously she's been around the block, but she just, I don't know, for whatever reason, her looking so sweet and innocent in the grocery store. Who would have ever known that she was just, a late model companion?
Yes,
man.
Oh, I can't even. It was so good. It was so good. It was like it's very seldom. We've been into a lot of dark horror lately. I just watched In a Violent Nature. I've watched some pretty dark things lately that have been coming out. And this was really refreshing because it kind of felt more late 80s, early 90s, in that it wasn't that gross, number one, and it was just fun for the sake of being fun. So whereas Poltergeist was supposed to be creepy and gross but super funny, where this is just like, again, it felt like a different type of movie, like a sci-fi movie, heist movie, than it did horror. So I think that kind of worked in his favor of being something little lighter and airier and Febrezed.
La, 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 la.
Man.
So, Brooke, what else do you want to say about this film? Because you watched it 20 times. You must know every minute of every frame.
Oh, man. So I like when the cop got killed. I like the whole movie.
Oh, you mean when he got his face all bashed?
Yeah. That was
damn. That was
I
brutal.
really worry about
it in a different language. She
Yes.
was trying to help, like get him help, but she was saying it in a different language. He was like, "What?"
Well, I love the fact that part of her protocol is that she can't hurt somebody unless jailbroke, and that she can't lie every time. And those are two things that when Josh was like, "Hey, Bee Boop," and I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of a stupid nickname, but okay, let's go with it for the film's sake," not knowing what Bee Boop meant. And then in fact, it's like, you can't lie to me. And even the whole thing about, hey, what's the weather? It's like on the first viewing of this movie, like I just thought there were quirky little things between the two of them. I didn't realize that she couldn't lie to him. 2, the nickname was indicative of what type of person she was. And 3, the fact that she said the weather, it wasn't because she was funny and zany and knew it by heart. So, yeah. Huh. What? Brooke, are you like...
Are you going to have me watching the movie again?
How you watch this movie 20 times and not know these things?
And not catch that.
No.
I caught that.
I did.
I mean, I caught it the second time, I should say.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Watching the second time, you saw all the like, oh, that's where that reference came from. Or that's why he's saying that. Not because she was so devoted.
Was like, go to sleep, Iris. You know, I didn't even think about how she just went to sleep.
Yeah, because the first time we didn't see her eyes.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things. Brooke, you maybe want to put full attention to the film.
I'm going to watch again.
for reals, though. Not like I'm on the phone, I'm doing other things. You got to be fully in it to win it. And that is what I think is so clever about this film, is that all those little things you forget.
Yeah.
Because the reveal's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. But then when you watch it again, you're like, oh, now I know why all those things were in place.
Yeah.
So, So that's why I thought it was super. I love films that like get you, and then when you watch it again, like all those little things are just sprinkled throughout, kind of like a la Sixth Sense, where you wouldn't know it until you know it, and then once you do, everything's obvious. But just so well crafted. And even the thing, I felt so bad. I can't think of his name. Harvey. Character. Hold on, just going to my thing here. My apology.
The blonde girl.
No, Eli, the heavier set guy, and his boyfriend, and like how like Josh bastardized that that connection between the two of them at the Halloween thing. Although I thought that Josh was a better dancer when they're doing their little line dance at the end. I thought he did better, but it was
standing on my tail.
So with that, I think what we should do is rate this thing. So Brooke, who would you like to rate this film first? And you have the option to go yourself if you want.
Carly, go.
I give this a very solid 5 out of 5. Go to sleep, Josh.
Oh, I thought you could go with corkscrews.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. I mean, that being said, I cannot.
I kind of did.
You kind of did. I'm gonna also go with a full-on 5.
Man,
because other than those little things that I could be super nitpicky about, which I've already stated, it's such a fun ride. It's so well done. The acting is phenomenal. I love the characters, even when they're bickering each other. I mean, I love Sergey way more than I love Kat. but Kat was still funny when she's on the benzos. And I still think Sergey, he was a poor dirt farmer that made his fortune selling dirt, and all you want to do is tear him down, Carly.
Carly said, okay.
So I give it a 5, and the 5 I'm going to give it is, I don't own the lake, but I own the land around the lake. That's the 5 I give it. And and how about you, Miss Brooke?
Okay, I'm gonna give it 5. So at the end, I don't know if y'all saw like her double. I'm gonna give it 5 of that when she's like waving with her robotic hand at the other girl, and the girl's like, she was looking at her like, wait a minute. So I'm gonna rate it 5 that way.
Okay, so 5 doppelgangers, blonde, beautiful blonde doppelgangers. Which it took me till the second viewing to actually know for sure that it was
her.
The same model. Just with different hair and stuff. Because for some reason it didn't read that fast for me, because she was all like Farrah Fawcett blonde hair, her makeup was different, so they really did a good job of keeping it just a little bit like you had to really catch it and pay attention to it. So totally get that. I love that. So 5 for everybody, because we're amazing. That being said, something I was going to say about the movie, and I've already forgotten because I only watched the movie 5 times. I guess in that way, how did you feel about the female empowerment part of this film?
I loved it.
It was fantastic.
Okay. Because I mean, you don't see it that often where yeah. I mean, and the fact that she wasn't the villain either.
Right.
Like we made her out. I mean, it makes her out to be the villain, and all the other female AI robot killer movies we've seen always make them the villain. Yeah. But in this one, is so refreshing that she was not. She was a victim. I for some reason, that also was an amazing part of it.
She drove off with $21 million, right?
Oh,
and a beautiful Mustang convertible.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
I wonder if she could go see that the young kid who got away and maybe reskin her hand, maybe? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, she got a very Terminator vibe to it, where she's just like...
There's definitely going to be a second one, I think.
You think so?
I think there's going to be a second one.
Yeah.
But how would they make it so much fun?
I don't know.
I mean, what's she going to do? It's going to be like a Kang from Kung Fu.
Try to get them free. Like, they can make one where they tries to get the other ones free. Like,
I mean, they could. They could. I just don't. I think that's like, it would take it from... Like, really, we're going to capitalize on a sequel by doing something crazy like that. It's just like, I'm not even sure how the Black Phone 2 is going to work.
Yeah.
Because he's already dead. So apparently now he's going to be calling from beyond the grave, Ethan Hawke. So, but I don't know if it's going to work the same way.
Yeah.
As he was. He has such a physical presence. Anyway, that's a whole other thing. But we're talking about unlikely sequels. And I'm like, I hope it works. And if they did a companion 2, I would love that. Or maybe it's her, but as a different companion. Like, it doesn't have to be her story. It could be a story of her model, but a different one. So that, I think, would work better, because you could just get a different situation. But anyway, I'm going to put this last slide up, because what is our next horror classic? Yes. I know. This is for everybody watching, listening. This is our final show, and it was a long time coming, because we had a lot of things happening, and we had set a date, and then we lost internet, and then the holidays. So we had planned for this today to be our last show. So I wanted to pick Brooke's brain, because I've only been here for a couple of those years. But Brooke, why don't you tell us just very quickly how you got started? What was the reason why you started the podcast? Who was on it with you?
Oh man, so we had a lot of people on there. So it was Jennifer and Gordon. She started it with me, and it was in 2020.
Okay.
And then we brought Carly on, and it was the 3 of us. And then Carly brought Ashley on, and then what's her name? Jennifer left, and then we brought Blaze on. And then Blaze left, and then we brought Chuck on, and then Ashley left, so then it was the three of us.
Right.
So
Yes.
yeah, it was a long running
Whew.
podcast. 5 years is a long
5
running.
years.
Yeah.
Good Lord. That is a lot. So what I know you do a lot of podcasts
Mhm.
and live streams, Brooke. So what drew you to doing this one specifically? Was it the fact that you had other people involved, or do you say I wanted to do it? Let me find some people.
No, I just love horror, so I just got other people that loves horror too. So just to watch movies because
Just watch movies.
I love movies.
You do love movies. Carl, you said you were on episode 2. Was your start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, episode 2, Antebellum. And I was kind of the one that hadn't seen a lot of movies. I
Mhm.
hadn't.
Had
And
no,
then
you had not.
little by little, I became a murder baby. So,
And now look at you.
yeah, I know.
Man, we
It's-
turned
it's
him
good.
to the dark side.
And I remember when Brooke actually had me on a different show with her, and we were just talking post episode of like what we're doing, what we like, and I said I like horror movies. She's like, "Oh, are you available?" I don't know if it was the same day or that like 3 days hence was going to be the Sunday episode. Just like, "Oh, do you want to come on and guest?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" Little did I know that guest appearance would end up being 2 years after that. So
Thank you. Chuck.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Well,
did a
and-
lot.
Oh, thank
A
you.
whole lot.
A whole lot. Well, I thank you, Brooke, for bringing me on because it's not
Yes.
something I would have done. I love horror films. I love all films. So I hope I brought to the table something that neither of you would necessarily dig without having seen it.
You did.
So I did like to kind of keep you both on your toes as best I could.
Yeah.
Edge of my seat. Edge of my seat.
So with that, I know we got a couple more minutes, but Brooke, I want to thank you for
Yes.
for
thank you
choosing
much.
me to come on and be a part of this because it was a fun 2 years. I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah.
It was great getting to know Ashley and I think Blaze I saw for a minute.
Yeah, for a
I
little
believe.
bit.
Once.
Well, I think once, and but it was great to get to know Ashley, and so I still connect with her, and I'll still be connected with both of you.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. This would be the time where I say what's next. But,
Aw.
so I guess I want to say to both of you, what's next? What's going on? What is the next project that Carl you might have going on or coming out? Or
I have my 11th full-length novel coming out in July
Woo.
called California
Yes.
Stars. Yeah.
Yes,
it's
you're gonna have
Eleven.
to be a
taken me
guest
2
on
to 3
She-Birds.
years. Yes, I will.
Both
It's only
of you.
taken me about 2.5, 3 years to write this one. I mean, because I'm not torturing anybody in it. So,
That's because you've been taking out all that torturous nature here on the show.
right.
So yeah. So you haven't had that need for trauma relief. Whereas I'm actually working on a 4-part, probably under a different pen name. I don't know yet. A 4-part young adult fantasy dystopian series. Also been working on for 6 years. And my only thing I can say, Carly, is that, well, I mean, it didn't take me 6 years to write 1 book. It took me 6 years to write 4 books. So that's
Nice.
like a year and a half a piece. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping
you got
end of
me
year. Well, like I said, I hope it comes out this year. I don't know for sure. We're still in editing phase. But hopefully, if not the end of this year, early next year, I'll have all 4 parts out like 2 months apart and get that. And then I can start working on my next project.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very
That's
nice.
great.
Yeah. And how about you, Ms.
Congratulations.
Brooke? I know you have
Yes.
100 things going on. What's your next
Oh,
venture?
yeah. So I'm turning Talk Horror to Me into a clothing store. So I have a ton of designs. So I'm working on that, and I'm writing my first book.
What?
Yes.
Woo!
What
Yay!
is this autobiographical? Is this
It's
something
gonna
about
be a
murder
horror.
babies?
Yeah, it's
Oh.
gonna be
It's
horror.
gonna be
It's gonna be
horror.
horror. Yeah, it's gonna be
Nice.
All right.
Oh yeah.
All right, so if I read this book, I'm like, hey, wait, isn't that part from Heretic? Wait, isn't that from Hereditary?
No,
Wait, why is there a female robot in this?
no.
That's
No.
fantastic. I
Yeah.
mean, what
Yes.
subgenre of horror? Gothic or
It's gonna be okay. So it's gonna be like Hannibal, kind of like Hannibal.
So kind of like would this be like
Kind of
a
like Dexter, Hannibal, kind of
okay?
like vibes like those.
Oh,
kind of
okay.
vibes.
Are they going to be the protagonist? Like the bad guy is a protagonist?
They're gonna be the good guys, surprisingly.
Okay.
You're gonna
Okay.
you're gonna
Oh.
read it. You're gonna be like, what?
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh shoot.
Fantastic. I love
She's like,
I
yes,
love
I'm gonna have it
those
out
types of
next month.
Oh no.
That's exciting. That's exciting. So
Yes.
we all have book projects coming out.
Congratulations. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
I think we rubbed off on her, Carly. That's why I think.
Yes.
Yeah, I did.
Woohoo!
All right. Well, with that, I'm kind of getting a little get the feels right now, but
Stop.
I got the feels. Leave me alone. I'm entitled to my feels. But I will self-soothe and get through it.
Okay.
But again, thank you, Brooke, so much.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for the opportunity. You've been amazing. So love to you and goodbye. Bye. And Miss Carly, to you. I'm so glad we can convert you to the dark side. And maybe you can become one of the Sith. I don't know. But
Yes.
yes. But love to you. And with that said, love to everybody who was a part of my journey on the show, as well as Brooke, Ashley, Blaze, Carly, all the people who made the show possible. Thank you so much. And always know that even if we're not here, we'll be here to scare you later.